Hello my YouTube followers and subscribers. How you doing out there? Hope your life is good with you. And I hope this time you're in good health. I just want to make this short video to discuss some issues of life that I think is important. Now, as you know, I'm a Jamaican living in Canada. I leave Jamaica in 2009, and I came here to Canada, live in Brampton, and I'm just reflecting on, is my life better off in Canada than when I was in Jamaica? And I'm going to make a comparison because let me tell you something. In Jamaica, it's harder to achieve material stuff, yeah? Jamaica is a place where, however, it's open to hustling. You can hustle. I've known people who don't have a job, but they, get some money and they will set up a little stall on the road and they do their thing. I think this thing is reflecting light too much in my eyes, in my glasses. Yeah, it's still kind of, okay, that's a little better. No, yeah. So in Jamaica, you can do what we call the hustle. Yeah, you can hustle. Do any little thing if you have some money, and a lot of people do that. That's how Jamaicans survive. We can set up a stall downtown, we can set up a stall on the road, you can do some informal. Like when I was in Jamaica, you know what I used to do to hustle? I used to buy old cars at a deal, and then go back down the road and sell them, man. I used to, for instance, and that's why I like Jamaica. You can survive by doing little things to make some money without any license. The difference between Canada and Jamaica is that in Canada, every damn thing you need a license. If they ever catch you buying and selling cars in this country, they call you a curbsider, and they'll fine you for it. Yeah, so I don't touch that here. Anything to do with money here, the government is very strict. So, how I see these first world countries, they just want people to come here and be a slave to the system. Yeah, and when you come here, you find a pyramid. You find up here at the pyramid, you find some people at the top that control everything throughout the length and breadth of Canada. The McDonald's, the Tim Hortons, the Kentuckys, the Home Depots, the Walmart, the Canadian Tire. What you find is that it's just the big companies everywhere you go through the length and breadth of Canada. Every city, every town, it's structured the same way, the malls, same way. Yeah? So you as a small man, to start a business here, you have to think twice because you're going to be competing with these mega corporations and mega stores. How are you going to survive against those big companies? The main thing I see surviving here and doing well here is like if you have a little niche of a Jamaican restaurant or a Caribbean restaurant. Yeah? But when it comes to survival in these countries, it's harder because they don't want you to be rich. They don't want you to have money. Yeah, or when you do your taxes, if they find say you were earning a little money here and little money there. I've heard them even going after a waitress. Yeah, a little waitress who go out there and smile even when she's not feeling good to her customers, and she earn a little extra tip for that. Even that the government have to dip the man in. So in these countries, man, it's like they're saying you must always always be at the bottom of the pyramid. That's how Canada and these big country run. Yeah? Because you have to have some slaves. To me, right now, slavery has not been abolished. Don't let anybody fool you. Slavery has not been abolished in these countries. They have been converted and transformed in a different form. Because right now, the slavery still exists. And you know what is the slave master? Debt. The student loan, the car loan, the mortgage. That's the slave master. We become a slave to paying off those things. The credit card. Yeah, those are main slave masters in these countries. As compared to Jamaica where, you don't have these, I'm not saying people not in debt in Jamaica, but we're not as burdened there. So when I compare the two and I'm looking at my life and I'm saying, which is better, when I was in Jamaica or since I'm in Canada? And to be honest with you, I give Canada the edge. And here's why I give Canada the edge. Because security is one. Yeah. I don't feel unsafe. In Jamaica, I used to feel unsafe. Yeah. And so your life is more important than money and all those things. You all know that. So I feel a sense of security. I don't think I need a gun. If I was in Jamaica, sorry, I gotta have my thing, man. I gotta have my thing in my waist. Because, listen to me now, those boys are going on bad. I've already ranted about it, so I'm not gonna get into it. But I would have to have a gun if I was living in Jamaica. And I would have to have bulletproof vests. Bulletproof vests everywhere I'm going. They don't even know that I have it on. Some nice bulletproof vests. Because you don't know when a boy is going to try something. And it's really sad. You know why? Because as I've said before, Jamaica is a place where right now, with a lot of retired people, can't stand the cold in Canada, can't stand the cold in some parts of America. Jamaica should be the country right now where, like Panama, where everybody is going there to migrate and to stretch their dollar, because one thing about these foreign countries, the dollar strong. Yeah? It's roughly 100 Canadian to $1 out there. 100 to 1. So if I come out there with $100, that's like $10,000. So can you imagine if I come with $10,000, it's $1 million. Yeah? So it can buy me more things. And I know things are expensive in Jamaica, but whatever. But the whole point of the matter is, when I compare Jamaica with Canada in terms of achievement, I have achieved more here faster. Because since 2009, when you come to Canada, let me tell you the strategy. Number one, first thing as you land, you get a job. So the money that you come with here, you don't spend it, you run go get a job. If it's even to work in a warehouse or be a custodian, that means you clean the toilet them in the school or whatever, But you go and you get yourself a little job and then you build your credit, right? Build your credit, yeah? Have the cash that you bring from Jamaica and use that cash, and when you take out your card, your credit card, each time you buy something, you pay for the cash, and so you use the cash and pay for it. Don't make your credit card get out of control. Let me tell you something, nothing get out of control as quick as credit card in this country. Just the other day I increased from 1,000 to 2,500 and I was okay with $1,000, and now because the 2,500, so I spend more and I using it up more, because guess what, in my mind I have that room for spending. So it's easy to get in credit card debt. And let me tell you something, once you start fall behind, it's gonna just skyrocket. So a $2,000 turn in no time, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 you owe. And these people will sue you for their money. Yeah, the big companies will sue you and take away anything that you have and garnish your pay. Right? So you gotta watch it. But anyway, back to in terms of achievement. You build your credit, And when you build your credit now, you buy a house. I believe in owning house. I have listened to Rich Dad, Poor Dad and all Paddy's real estate agent. Real estate gurus talk nonsense about house is not an asset. House is a big asset. One of the best things you can ever do is own a house. But my philosophy is I'm not going to spend all my life paying for that house. Because nothing make you save money like a house. You sacrifice and you pay a mortgage for how much years. Yeah? I did that in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, one of the reasons why I am here in Canada and was able to bring up my wife and my son was because of a house. Because when I got you to come to Canada, they tell me I needed $15,000 Canadian. That's about 1.5 million. Where would I get that from? Luckily I had a house and I sold my house and used that money now to file for myself and my wife. And you know, you have to do a whole heap of things. Whole heap of running up and down. Right? So I use that money and I come up here with it. There. But I smart, I didn't spend it half back here. I send it in Jamaica back and I get a little job and go and live off of the jobs. You have got to be smart financially. Yeah? Because a lot of people bring the money up here, that $15,000, and then just sit down at the yard and say, look at job, then blow up the $15,000 and come here and then boom, trouble. Yeah? So when I build my credit, in those days, in 2009, 2010, 2011, you could have $5,000 and pay down on a house. Right now, oh my God. Canada is going in reverse, and I'm saying that seriously. Canada used to be a place is known for migrants to come here and own a house faster than any other way in the world. But Canada has changed because right now, not even the deposit you can save towards, because if a house right now, the average house right now is clocking you in the main areas where people go, like the GTA, they call it Greater Toronto area. You're looking at a detached house for no less than a $600,000-$700,000. But when I just come here, I could find a house like that for one little $300,000 and $400,000. The first house I bought in Canada was for $192,000. It's a condominium with a three bedroom, one bathroom. Yeah, one bathroom and a little basement where you can rent out and take. Yeah, but now that same house is clocking you $460,000. So it's harder now to gain a house in this country, which is terrible, because this country used to be known as the place where you can just come here and in no time you work in a warehouse. Your wife will work in a Tim Hortons or one of them like a cheap place, McDonald's. Yeah? And the two of you combine and can own a house. No, it's not so. It's not so. So the economy is in reverse. It's not easy. And they have make it even much harder now. Because what happened the other day, the Chinese a couple years ago came here and they were buying up properties and they were just skyrocketing the price, bidding on the price, bidding war, and the prices of the house were just going up like ridiculous. Like the price of house was doubling in a year or less. That's ridiculous. But I was glad for it because I take advantage of it, because my house that I used to owe the bank, and all of a sudden I know the bank owe me, you have to say. So I let it go, pay them off, and buy something for myself with the change. You understand? You gotta use your financial wisdom in this world, right? Because I don't want to be a slave to a bank all my life, right? So it's easy. It used to be easy to achieve a house here, right? When I'm about to talk about the car thing, because look here. You see, let me tell you something. You see, when you come to this country, you got to be wise, as I say. You're going to be faced with credit card, debt. You're going to be faced with... it's easy to get a car here. Easy. You don't need no credit, no nothing. Just walk in and say you work. And then make your sign and you drive. Yeah. But then you have to pay for one car. for 8 years. I don't want that. So my style is, whatever car I'm driving, I am going to buy it cash from a little man down the road for a $3,000 or a $2,000. As a matter of fact, when I came here, my first car was $500. $500. And I could have gone and take out a car and paying it for 8 years. I said, no. I buy a little car, like a, what them call it? What they call it? Winter Beta, yeah. And I drive that until I step up. And even now, the vehicle that I drive is a 2007 Marana cash. I don't believe in running, because I tried one time and I wanted a car and I wanted to feel good about myself. And I went to look at a Santa Fe in one of the car marts here. And let me tell you something, the vehicle nice and beautiful. And I said, the man, and I saw it for $33,000. And I said, well, when you add the 13% tax, that look maybe about, say, 38, 33, say 34, 35, 36,000. I was budgeting for that. But when they pad up the other things and this thing, the man said $42,000. I said, what? Hell no. I ain't buying this. And I said, give me back my $500 deposit. And I walk out of the place. And I forget it. And I say, as of now, I am just going to be buying, my stuff cash. You understand? I'm making a video there. Just make it stay there. I'm so comfy. Yeah, so I simply, from that day, I learned in this country, it's not everything you have to take. Because I have friends, they go and they trust furniture, they trust car, where I have to pay 8 years for. 8 years they're paying for it. They trust they trust house. Yeah, well, the house is okay, like I said. For me, a house is an asset, because when you stop to think of it, you sometimes working and you can't save any money, but your house now, you're paying for the house, you're paying instead of a rent, you're paying a mortgage. And that house is increasing in value. So later on you can flip that house and have some money in your hand to start a business or to do whatever, travel, whatever. But I just believe that what is happening in this country now, it's in reverse, because I find that people are here and they are going back to school. I was tempted to go back to school, even though I'm up in age. I was tempted to go take a $40,000 loan and go be a counselor. And I say, you know something, I'm scared of this loan. I don't want to be in debt like that. So I decided that I'm not going to go back to school. And I hear too much hard luck story where, you see Canada now, you are qualified for the warehouse jobs. You're qualified to work in the plant, in the factory, and the farm. Quick. But I come here with a bachelor's degree. And I trying to get a job and I didn't get a job, right? Because what is happening in this country, you have the hidden, I learned that in school, you have the hidden job market, where when the good positions them come up, they don't come out to say they're looking for a migrant to fill that post. Don't let anybody fool you. Canada don't run like that. You don't get those jobs so easily. I'm not saying one and two of us don't escape out of the barrel because they don't want things to look bad here. So then one and two will escape out of the barrel. But majority of people who leave there and come, no matter what education you have and how much degrees you have, there are teachers here who are doing just like a part-time pang here and there. Yeah, there are pastors here. I work in a warehouse, drive truck, yeah? Pack boxes, drive forklift, drive bus. Well, the bus thing not too bad for the city. Like I have a accountant friend the other day. He came here and, he can't get an accounting job. He went back to school and he ended up driving bus, and some of us end up driving truck. I have a bachelor's degree. And I apply all over for all kind of position that fit my bachelor's in theology degree. And I can't get the job, so you know what I have to do? I have to run, go drive a truck whether I like it or not. And sometimes I work in the warehouse. And sometimes I work in the factories and all those places and the plants. My first job here was a plant job. So when anybody tell you, say, this place is easy, don't believe them. Our money is here, you can't pick off the tree. You have to work hard. And don't, I have to do a part 2 video because let me tell you something. You see, when it comes to working in this country, oh my gosh, God help your soul in the winter. Because this place now, I mean, if you have never experienced cold, just lock yourself in a deep freeze, and that's Canada. Lock yourself in a deep freeze without naked. Going in a deep freeze naked and staying there for 10 hours with your finger them burning off. That's Canada for you. Yeah, it's not an easy place to make a living, but you can. If you come here and you have the ambition, if you come here and you want to achieve, you can achieve things, but you just got to know what you're doing. Yeah? I'm not saying it's the worst country because this is one of the most supportive countries I've seen. It's in comparison to Jamaica. In Jamaica, you're on your own. If you don't have a job, you don't eat food. Or you're going to have to go do something out of the way. Or beg or whatever. Yeah? In Canada, baddest thing be there's a food bank. If you don't have somewhere to sleep, in Canada you can go to a shelter. Yeah, it's may not be the nicest people and the nicest place and the cleanest and whatever, but you can go to a shelter. In Canada, if you have children, the government gives you a little thing every month, which to me is remarkable because right now, I had an accident in 2050. I have not worked for 2 years. And let me tell you something. If I didn't have that backup, oh my gosh, on top of what the insurance is giving me, and if I had a lot of different car debt and this debt and that debt and the other debt, I would have to be working on my, regardless of my sickness and my pain. Yeah? So, all I'm saying is, it's a good country to come and hustle and work. And don't come here and talk about you want a job in your field. It's not gonna happen, baby. It's not gonna happen, sir. My voice going. It's not going to happen. You have to be really blessed and lucky to come here and find a job in your field. It doesn't matter which education, whether you're a pharmacy, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you have to come back. When you come here, you have to go back to school. No matter your age or whatever. Yeah? You're not going to just come and they just say, oh, you have a degree in nursing? Okay, I'll give you a job over there. We need a nurse. No, it don't work like that. You have to go back and learn them system. Yeah. Yeah? You're a teacher in Jamaica. You got to go back to school, darling. So it doesn't work like that when you come to these countries. And what my problem is, a lot of what is happening today, as I speak to you, March 26, 2018, I can tell you that a lot of people go back to school with and get out a student loan, that's a debt. And then when they come out, they cannot get a job in their field again. They have to be working back in the warehouses and the Tim Hortons and the McDonald's and the Kentucky and the Burger King and just do little minimum wage jobs with a degree. 2 degrees up to that. Just this week I was talking to a lady and she told me that her little granddaughter is the same thing. She goes back to school and she keep on going back to school and taking on more student debt and she have 2 degrees. Where is she working? Tim Hortons in a coffee shop where they pay you minimum wage and you work like a damn slave. Yeah? So for those of you who think to say foreign is a bed of roses, I'm warning you, when you come in here, you come with an open mind. Yes, you can achieve. Yes, Canada is peaceful. Yes, Canada is beautiful. Yes, Canada has a good support system. Yes, Canada is a lovely place to grow a family. Dependent on, there's so many things for me to talk about. Because sometimes it mash up family too. Because I remember when I used to work night, my wife used to work night, I used to work day. We don't see each other and I used to be alone in my bed. And I have to drive my wife to work 12 o'clock in the night. 12 o'clock in the night. Yeah? So don't think that this place is a bed of roses. It's very difficult, but it also has opportunities. I will not say no. Because if you do know what you're doing, and so it leads me to conclude with one thing. It's not where you go. It's not where you go. But it's what you do where you are. You can stay in Jamaica. You can stay in Trinidad. You can stay in any part of the world. And if you know how economics work, you can stay where you are, just like how you have rich and poor everywhere. If you're financially smart, you can stay where you are. It's not where you are, it's what you're doing. What are you doing? What are you using this head that God gave you to do? Yeah? Because some of you leave your country, and you come here looking for a better life. And it's a nightmare for most of you. I've seen people, when I just came here, I've seen people just decide that they're packing their kit and they're going back home. And when I did a research, I said 25%. 25%. So for every 100 person that comes here, go back home. I mean, 25 goes back home. 25. So 25% of people who comes here goes back home, because when the nightmare hit them and they see they can't get a job, and it's kind of very slavery oriented, and they can't get nothing in their field except these jobs that they advertise are always menial jobs. They don't advertise the good jobs. Those are hidden, and they are kept among the elite. Yeah? So wise up. And remember, it's not where you are. It's not where you are, it's what you do. So if you're in Jamaica, you can make a good living. If you're in any part of the world, you can make a good living if you know what to do. If you're in Canada too, you can make a good living. You just got to know what you're doing. And some of us only make the society program us one way. We're programmed to just go to school. Yeah? Get a nice resume and get a degree and try to get a job. We're not programmed to say, what can I do? What skill can I use to benefit mankind? And that skill I can make myself a job. No, we're just sitting down, going to school, getting these papers that mean nothing. A lot of these papers mean nothing. A lot of these degrees that you guys are going to study all kind of crap in the school, they mean nothing in the real world. Nothing. They have no value. And if you observe, you check it out, most millionaires today and most rich people, they don't even have a certificate in anything. But they use their head and make money. Right? I'm going to talk some more about that next time. I can't believe I did 28 minutes. I'm going to conclude my thing, but I'm just saying, it's not where you are, but what you do where you are. So it's what you do with your life that will determine where you reach. And we have to wise up about money. I used to be a financial advisor in Jamaica, but we talk about that some more, about money. I talk about on this channel, I talk about God, I talk about money, I talk about sex, I talk about love, you name it, I talk about it. I'm not afraid to touch these topics, yeah? Anyway, it's good for you to listen. Please subscribe to my channel, because I'll be putting out videos, and I want to educate you how to be smart and how to live your life a better way. May God bless you. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye, everybody.